So I want you guys both, maybe we'll start with you, Chandler, to give me an example of an SOP and kind of how it worked out in your family, something that is working for you guys that you've tried. So yeah, you can drill into like the procedure for how you create these, but I would like to get examples as well on, okay, like let's drill into how this actually works in your home.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like the longest running one for us has been just getting from the house to the car. For the longest time, that would for me, that would take almost like 2 hours to, like, order everything, get everyone out, and it just got to the point with 6 kids before we had him that I was like, "I just can't leave the house with 6 children. This is just too much work, it's just too much." So, we worked to we put that on the list of like, "All right, this is some chaos that needs some ordering." We put that on our SOP list, and, um do you want me to just, like, describe what we do
Sure.
or how
Yeah. Yeah.
we okay.
Give me some details. I'd love to hear
Start
how.
the end state is there's a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
We have a Sprinter van, a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van with a high roof and kind of a soft ceiling. And on the top of that ceiling is a push pin sheet of paper affixed to the ceiling with the steps to getting in the car. And so literally that's
Awesome.
where it resides is there's actually a document. So then when
Mm.
if you get in our car, you'd be like, what a weird family that has a sheet of paper just like push pin to the top. But yeah, you want to talk about how we created that sheet of paper and how it works.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we ended up, so we have three older kids, 3 younger kids, and then a baby, and we ended up just pairing up the older kids with the younger kids. So each
Mm.
older kid is responsible. They know they've been trained multiple times of like how to we would always set up the training when we didn't have to go somewhere. So
Okay.
we would just set up a scenario where like, all right, for the next 30 minutes, we're gonna practice you getting yourself ready and then you getting your buddy ready. So the 14-year-old is in charge of getting the 7-year-old totally ready, and the 11-year-old's in charge of getting the 5-year-old. They're responsible for getting their shoes on, socks on, coats on,
Underwear on.
underwear on, and
Yes.
then,
That's on the list. It has to be called out specifically.
unfortunately, that became an issue for our family a couple times. Um, but then, whatever other things they needed for wherever we're going, that was their responsibility to do that. So, we would just train that when we didn't have a deadline, because I think that for me, that was always the when I would start to, have smoke come out of my ears, like, "We have to be there 10 minutes ago, and we're all late, and it's 'cause no one's doing what I'm telling them to do."
Mm.
Um, so yeah, that what else?
Yeah,
That's so
so
good.
we started by selecting it, then we documented the steps,
Yeah.
right? And
Right.
so there's literally a checklist of, is this done? Is this done? Is this done? Is this done? Right?
Yes.
And so that's like shoes on, coats on, what else? Buckled, underwear on, socks on. What else was there in there? And then there's an attitudinal thing, which is it has to be done with a positive attitude and a diligent attitude in a timely manner.
Mm.
And there's a reward at the very top of the thing, which is
Mhm.
like, if you do this thing, you get a breath mint. Right?
Nice.
And so we have a big old bag of breath mints that we keep at the top, and that's the reward that you get. And so as soon as everybody gets in the car, everyone goes, "Can I have a mint?" Immediately, that's the first thing I ask. And so I point to the list and I say, "Well, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this?" And I go through the list.
Mm.
And if they say yes to all of those things, then I give them a mint. And if they say no to one of those things, I don't give them a mint. And it's important. You got to have there's tears the first time that they miss one of them, but pretty quickly they realize, okay, this is my path to mint.
Mm.
And apparently we are very sugar incentivized. I think we even got
Yes.
some sugar-free ones from the dollar store. Yeah, these are not lifesavers. These are
Go
yeah,
places very, very often.
we're not going yeah, right, sure. But yeah, and so then you practice it when it's a low stakes environment,
Mhm.
right? And you practice it over and over and over again until you feel satisfied. And then when it becomes time for the high stakes environment, I remember the first time that you texted me, you were going to our homeschool co-op, which you had to be there like 8:30 in the morning. And you were like, maybe you'd arrived there, you were driving there, and you're like, I just walked out to the car and all the kids had buckled themselves up, had their coats on, their shoes on, everything was in the car, and I just got in and drove away.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was like, "Nailed it." Like, it's such an
Yes.
addicting feeling to take something that was so chaotic and that would cause tears and all this different thing, and now it just
Mm.
works. It's addicting. It really is or
Mhm.
addictive. Like, I really enjoy finding those things and then making that good.